It takes more than 4,000 highly skilled Honda associates and a cleverly engineered manufacturing operation to melt, mold, cut, bend, shape, weld, seal, drill, spray and assemble thousands of individual parts into a brand new high-quality Honda car. And it's something that the Honda associates in Swindon do so well that they can produce one car every 80 seconds. Honda of the UK Manufacturing Limited was established in 1985 and started its operation just a year later with a pre-delivery inspection facility. Over the 20 years, Honda has invested more than £1.3 billion in its 270-acre site, making the facility the centre of Honda's car manufacturing operations in Europe, capable of producing over 250,000 cars a year and supplying customers on a global basis. This is the story of how Honda associates work together at the fully integrated car manufacturing facility in Swindon to produce a range of quality, award-winning cars, including the CR-V and Civic. The car manufacturing process begins in the engine plant, where every engine starts out as an ingot of aluminium. The ingots are melted in furnaces that reach operational temperatures of 700 degrees. The precisely measured amounts of molten metal are poured into dies that form the main parts of the engine. Every hour, around 1,600 kilos of ingots are used to produce over 60 engine blocks. Some parts of the engine are made using sand cores that make it possible to cast complicated shapes such as the cylinder head. Once cast, the components are deburred and visually inspected for quality before the next stage of the process, machining. The layout of the machining lines is very compact, with the use of computer numerically controlled machines that deliver consistent and efficient high-precision machining. It's at this stage that every engine is given a unique number, a number that is already linked to a car body that is just beginning to take shape elsewhere in the car manufacturing plants. The engine assembly area is where the machined engine blocks, cylinder heads, clutch and transmission cases, along with the other engine components, are assembled. The completed engines are transferred by overhead conveyor to the car plants, where they're prepared for installation. And to ensure the highest quality standards are maintained, a sample of engines undergo a series of rigorous tests. The car body shell begins life as part of a huge roll of steel weighing up to 20 tons and over 1.5 kilometers in length. Flat sheets are cut from the roll, and a 5,300-ton press line forms, trims, bends and pierces up to 16 main body panels that are required to make a CR-V or Civic, automatically recycling any waste. From press, the component body panels move to the welding department, where up to 150 robots perform thousands of welds to transform the various shapes of pressed steel into the instantly recognizable form of a car that's ready for the paint process. Before the paint can be applied, The robotically assembled body shells pass through a number of pre-treatment processes that cover and protect the steel and seals the body for anti-corrosion and improved warranty purposes. Once prepared, robots apply waterborne paint that gives the final color coat to the car. And in order to manage the numerous color variants that Honda produce, the robots are able to change the application color without any interruption or gap in the production process. The car body shell is baked in ovens between each process and individually inspected before moving to the final phase of its construction. Whilst the car body is being given its final clear coat in paint, the bumpers are produced in the plastic operations department, utilizing low-energy and low-waste injection molding procedures and a very efficient paint application technique to create high-quality and durable paint finishes, which minimizes any environmental impact. From the paint production process, the car body is transferred to the assembly frame department, where it begins the final stage of the manufacturing process. And it's a procedure that requires the highest levels of coordination, planning, and cooperation between associates. Key to the assembly frame stage is making sure that the hundreds of thousands of parts, from the smallest of washers to the seats and steering wheel, arrive at the right place, at the right quality, and at the right time in the assembly process. That's where the material logistics department comes in. Delivering over 1 million components to 200 locations around the plant each day requires an extensive level of coordination. Honda even has its own internal road system to support over 600 truck deliveries required each day to bring supplies from its parts storage facility to the main plants. The first task for the associates in assembly frame is to remove the doors from each painted body shell to allow easy access to the inside of the car during the production process. The separated doors join their own sub-assembly line to be reunited with exactly the same car body later in the process. With the doors removed, vital components are systematically added to the car body. This includes the instrument panel, which has been pre-assembled in an area adjacent to the main production line. With the instrument panel in place, the windscreens and fuel tank are added. Associates ensure the highest levels of quality are maintained in the assembly process, and that is why so few robots are used at this stage. In the meantime, the front and rear suspension sub-assemblies are matched together with the engine that has been transferred from the engine plant and installed into its pre-assigned car body. More exterior trim is attached, seats inserted, the completed doors are reunited with the car body, and the wheels and tires are added. And to make the production task even more challenging, there are hundreds of model type options made to satisfy customer requirements. The completed car nears the end of the production line, with all its components added. The engine is started for the first time, and the car is put through a series of final quality tests. Every car is dynamically tested on a purpose-built 1.4-kilometre test track, which features an assortment of European road surfaces, including Belgian cobbles. A selection of cars also undergo a series of more rigorous simulated tests. Through these final processes, associates are able to maintain the highest standards of quality and ensure that any final adjustments are made to the car before they're shipped for delivery to their destinations, ready for years of happy motoring for Honda customers. Honda in Swindon. World-class manufacturing for a global market.